Okay, everybody do your stretches.
Stretch.
Stretch your handsies. Stretch your handsies. Gotta keep up the good ergonomics. Got one more, less than a week. We got like 5 days of sweater left.
Yeah, I mean, one day by the time this goes out, so.
Welcome to the Northern Is podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
It is episode 307.
307.
I asked,
I think.
and then
I hope.
Completely promptly forgot. It is.
My sign says it's 307. I assume it's correct.
Excellent. It is a Sunday. It is a Sunday midday recording, which is when we generally try to do these things. So while I enjoy a sip of tea, Diana's going to let you know what we're going to cover this week.
We've got What's in Our Cup, Woolly Workings, and Wool Gathering. The same number of projects this week, even. Weird.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
Weird.
It's weird. So, in my cup, I have some classic orange peacock Tetley tea, which is a tea I grew up drinking. It's also great when I start making sweet tea here shortly, because sweet tea takes up a lot of tea bags.
Mm-hmm.
And you want a good black tea that doesn't get too tanny too fast. And this one definitely doesn't get bitter very quick, which is helpful when you're steeping it, or as long as you do for sweet tea.
Yeah, do you steep it cold or hot?
I do it half hot, and then I fill it up with room temperature water.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I do it that way. That's just the habit I've fallen into, so that's how I make it now. Probably because I find it's easier to dissolve the pretend sugar, because I use the stevia sugar in it to sweeten it rather than real sugar.
And it dissolves better in warmer water?
Oh yeah. It is a pain in the keister to dissolve in cold water, but in hot water it dissolves much better.
Makes sense. In my cup, I have a pretty purple beverage. I have some lychee and jasmine kombucha.
Ooh, nice.
The Rise variety.
You like that variety, though.
I mean, I like all the varieties.
Fair.
This one comes in purple. I like the purple
color.
I like my purple sour fizzy drink.
That's fair. Oh, goodness gracious.
So we have the same number of projects this week.
We do. It's really weird. That's 2 weeks in a row. Oh, sweater challenges. Weird. I'm serious. When I'm done the sweater challenge, I'm going to just, with wild abandon, only work on something for 20 minutes and then abandon it. I'm so...
I feel ya.
I am not great at monogamous knitting. It is not my favorite place to be. It's not my... I just want to cast on 2 lacy petal cardigan cover-ups. Anything to not have to work on the sweater. The problem is I want the sweater done and I want to win the challenge. That leaves me in a place.
Mm-hmm. You got to do the thing.
First up is to give my wrist a bit of a break and do a different motion, because I have been doing a lot of sweater knitting. This is a granny square to go with all the other very boring granny squares that I have been making out of Karen Cake cotton cakes that I have received from the lovely Susanna. They are making a coffee table cover. So I'm making 7 stacks of 11, because remember, I don't want to know how many squares. And then I'm going to border them in white and connect them together. And then I will have a very pretty, colorful tabletop cover that is the exact right size for the extra large Jocelyn-sized coffee table I have, which is also my cedar chest. Because
so good.
Because I refuse to have doilies, so everything is being taken over with tablecloths.
Which are really just big doilies. It's going full grandma core.
My granny squares are the worsted. It's a cotton and it's on a 5mm hook. That's it, guys. They're granny squares. It's just a ye old basic granny square. It is something everybody starts learning pretty quickly in crochet. That's all it is. Nothing fancy. But it is giving me different hand motions, which is a nice break from the constant sweater knitting.
Yeah.
Especially since
I
I cut my
understand that.
finger. I cut my finger, and that's right where my knitted needle sits. Right there.
Oh
I
no.
caught it while
I got
chopping
like
cabbage. Very grumpy about
I
myself.
got my I had like a little bit of my cuticle just like came up. It like got
Oh,
dry and crusty and
yeah.
just like peeled
Yep.
just the tiniest
Touch.
bit, but
Yep.
that's precisely where my yarn goes. I just spent a couple days with a band-aid on and it was the worst.
Uh-huh. 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 Yeah.
So hard to get good tension.
Yes. Because the Band-Aid messes with things.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't have needed the band-aid except that I wanted to knit.
Yes.
That's also the same finger I later stabbed with a staple on my takeout. I was trying to open my bag of food and I just absolutely jammed the staple in there. So that was
Must
the other reason I
aggressively
needed a
get
band-aid for
takeout.
a second day.
Were
Just
you
I'm just
raging?
injuring that finger. Like
Raging while
I
you
just need
ventured?
to like no, I just wasn't paying enough attention, just stabbed
All right.
myself.
God, my nose.
Suppose it's time to talk about a thing.
It's your turn. I'm gonna rub my eyes and lose all my vision. Cause my lord, my nose today. Allergies are kicking my
Okay.
butt. But it's probably because we went from like plus. I say plus. We went from like -8 to -20 overnight again.
Oh, that's a
My
shift.
head and my sinuses are not happy.
I don't think I moved the progress keeper on this sock.
Okay.
Because I think I was working on the heel last time. And I definitely forgot to move my progress keeper, so let's just take that off. But these are the Mr. Diana socks out of Red Wing Blackbird from Firewave Fiber Co. I'm 90% certain I was working on the heel last week, and I have now finished the heel and done a single one more round.
Yeah, because you were at the point,
Ta-da!
you were past the midway point of your heel.
Right. Okay, so I finished my heel.
Because that's what you were sprinting on. You got to the midway point on the sprints.
Yeah, that sounds right. So, yay, I've done a tiny bit more work on this vanilla sock.
Hey,
I did the
cats.
even heel again, and I remembered to pick up stitches in the corners this time, so I won't have holes in my heels this
Oh,
time
good.
because, I was reminded to read all of the instructions and do all of the instructions.
Yes.
I was the problem,
Uh,
not the heel pattern.
9 times out of 10, sweetheart, you are the problem.
I am aware of this.
So am I.
This
So am
is how
I.
much yarn I have left after doing a contrast. This is how much yarn I have left to do the contrast cuff.
Yep.
There we go.
Not happening.
Yeah. So I don't know if I want to do like little stripes or just like do as much yellow as I can and then finish with the main body color.
Rip out your other cuff and do it in the main color.
I don't know. I have a whole like second half of a sock to knit before I get there.
And
I'll
next
figure
time
it
when
out.
Jocelyn says you don't have enough, believe her.
Well, I knew that I wasn't gonna probably have enough, but I wanted to know by how much, and the answer is
A
not by
lot.
that much.
It's enough.
But I wanted to know, so it's an experiment, and now I know.
It's enough. It's enough it doesn't work. Because
Yeah,
if you'd striped your first cuff with main and the contrast, then you could have just striped your second cuff and you would have been fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It will probably involve redoing the cuff on the other sock so that they match, but whether that's stripes or just do it in the main color or I don't know. Do something. They'll match when I'm done.
You'll figure it out when you get there.
Yep.
Do I let people know what yarn you're using?
I thought I said already, the Red Wing Blackbird from Fireweed Fiber Co.
I have no
We
idea.
have a coupon code at fireweedfiberco.com. If you use the code Northern Knits 10, that's a 10, you can get 10% off of your pretty yarn order.
I don't remember hearing the coupon spiel, so I couldn't tell you if he had said the color before.
I'm pretty certain I said the color, but I definitely forgot the coupon spiel.
Recording Jocelyn will know. Because when I edit, I will be paying more attention than I am right now.
We'll find out.
We'll
Next
find
week
out.
on.
I suppose that means I'm up again.
Yep.
Alrighty. Next project. Jocelyn, put down your crochet work. You have things to show off. Let's talk about the disappointment that is the huge tube.
The disappointment.
So, with a very large ball of some very pretty worsted carrot cake, beefy ball, I decided to make a huge tube.
Mm-hmm.
A la Diana showed me the pattern that never cast it on, and I went, oh, I need one of those.
Sorry, I'm trying to work down my whip pile.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It is.
So I cast on, took a guess at how many stitches I was going to need. Now I've done a gauge swatch. But I twisted my stitches. So I've knit this much, but I have a Mobius tube going on.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yes, but it's not
have
what
a
I
huge
want.
Mobius tube.
It's not what I want. So I'm going to measure out my now definitely correct stitch gauge swatch, because boy, do I love this Lucy Drapey fabric. Fabric. So once I've measured this out and done a little bit of math, taking my measurement of 1 inch, timesing it by how big I want the cowl opening to be, and going, I need that many stitches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this apart and recast it on. I'm using the largest needles I have, which is technically still too small for the increase you're supposed to have for this. As they have you use significantly larger needles than the size of yarn that you're using. But they're the needles I have, and I don't have a million of the larger needles. I have some because I like working in bigger yarns from time to time. And again, like my gauge on a worsted sweater 6mm, so like I already work in larger needles than a lot of people ever do. But I need to cast on my huge tube again. Poor huge tube.
Poo.
Poor huge tube. I'm gonna have to work on it later because I'm in the middle of a sweater challenge and I'm already derailed with this crochet work to rest my wrist. So, in an effort to get rid of some of my one ball big skeins, I'm quickly whipping up some cowls and stuff just so that I can get the yarn used.
So after finishing the Diana socks, I had a pair of empty sock needles that were getting cold.
Well,
so I
picked
up the I know. So I picked up my scrappy stripy striping socks again.
Okay.
These are the ones that I'm just striping scrap yarns together that I have like 5 or 10 grams of, and I'm gonna make some vaguely cohesive socks. And last time I worked on these, which was August last year, I had attempted a new heel. I believe I tried to do the mock short row heel and completely mucked it up. And then I ripped out the heel, stole the needles for something else, and didn't work on them again. So I've now picked them up, and I have done my usual even heel now. I don't know, I was on a heel kick, I guess.
There was a fish lips kiss hill for years.
Yeah. I finished the heel on the Red Wing Blackbird socks. I'm like, more heels. And so I picked up these ones and did the heel on this one.
Good.
I just grabbed a different color of sock yarn. So I have this like weird stripy heel, which I don't hate.
Well, I mean, the whole point of those socks is that they match because they don't match.
Yeah, so these are absolutely not going to match each other whatsoever, and that's okay. And I think these are going to be shorties. So I don't want to make them tall. I just want them to be done, so I'm going to have a pair of short socks.
That's fair.
So I'm going to go about just about 1 inch because I find they stay on my feet better if I do about 1 inch after the heel.
Yeah.
And then cuff, and then call it a day. And then I can do the second one.
That works.
With an assortment of other scrappy sock yarns.
Just to get them used up?
Yeah. My yarn bowl, what is supposed to hold the yarn that you're currently using for something so it doesn't roll all over the place, is currently holding a bunch of scrap sock yarn for this project
from
since last
August?
Yeah. It sits here on my
Okay.
desk every day, judging me, not being available to use for, containing the yarn for other projects. But man, I could really use a yarn bowl right now, but can't do that. It's full of scraps for these scrappy socks.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gotta go for my snips. I'm gonna make noise right by the microphone.
So that's that project
I
that I
have
worked on
6
a little bit.
snips. Why can I not find a pair of snips when I want them?
6 snips? Actually, I might have that many snips.
I have
2,
3 right here
3,
within reach of me.
4.
I have the
I
ones
think I
from
have 4.
two-piece hooking. I have the black ones from the kit I got from one Christmas, and I got my little alien man all right here at my desk. Couldn't find my snips. I tell you, folks, won't be too bad.
Your turn.
Okay. 2-week sweater talk. All right, it's Sunday. God, I have this big, gorgeous sweater. Ah, so happy. It needs a black and a wash real bad. My Easy V by Caitlin Hunter. This is the 2-week sweater challenge sweater that I have this year for me and Louise. I have till Thursday, which from your guys' perspective is tomorrow. From my perspective is several days away because this is Sunday when we record. I need to be working on my sleeves as of tomorrow, but I'm not done my body. I mean, I've made good progress on my body.
Yeah, that looks like most of a body.
I am definitely over 50% of the way down my body. Don't mind the extra needles. It's because I don't like picking up not stitches on hold. I don't put them on waist yarn. I put them on spare needles. So my sleeves are ready to go. Like I can there's 6mm needles here too. Like I have 3 pairs of 6mm needles, guys. I work at 6mm a lot. Uh, I'll flip that around so we don't have the shiny needles going. So I've got my sleeves ready to start. And
So
I've made
pretty.
at least half my body progress. I'm hoping at least half. I won't measure till I'm done this 100-gram ball of yarn because I won't be close enough to measure yet. So I did a bunch while we were playing D&D last night. This is my Briggs and Little sweater. So this is green. And my color work is in some blue and some sandy, beigey color and some white. So good. It's so good.
Ah, love that color work.
Ugh, I'm so excited by it. And I'm eating fur because, of course, I'm eating fur. So
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea if it fits. I just do it to gauge that I make it because in my mind, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. And oh no, if I have a worsted weight woolly sweater, I know people who would love a worsted weight woolly sweater. So
Yes. Yes, you
last,
definitely know at least one person.
at least. So last check-in for this. Nobody's going to see this till Thursday. So nobody. Well, I mean, again, for you guys, that's tomorrow. To me, it's Sunday afternoon. So and tomorrow is a holiday Monday for me. So it's
An
two
extra crafty
inches.
day.
It's 2 inches of ribbing, and then you do this little stockinette roll detail.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get to the ribbing so bad. Like even if I have to do the ribbing tomorrow morning before I start the sleeves, that's fine. I want to be at least at the ribbing tonight. Ideally, I'd be done the ribbing today, but that's not long enough for a body for me yet.
Mm. Unless you were
So
going for a cropped sweater, but
I
I don't
am
think you do those.
not going for a crop sweater, so that's not going to fly. I need some more body length. So I've got this much left of my ball that I'm currently working on, which isn't that much. Like I don't have
Nah,
that
you could
much
totally get that
left.
done today.
So I'm gonna finish this last what 30 grams, 30, 40 grams, and then I'll measure how far I'm down and see how far I've got left to go. Otherwise, I'll fall into that trap where you're measuring every 2 rounds. That's not productive. That's not productive at
In
all.
there. Full cardigan, anyone?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that, and I think I'm going to this week. 2 of the guys I'm playing with base their character personalities off of Tilio and Miguel from The Road to El Dorado.
Okay.
So I never watched that movie, so I'm going to rent and watch that movie because Then I'll have a much better idea of what their personality profiles are.
I'm Miguel and I'm Tulio, and they call us Miguel and Tulio.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like that's their characters' names. That's what they do. But because I've never seen the movie, I don't fully grasp what they're doing. So I'm gonna watch the movie so I have a better understanding. Why? Because I have a distinct feeling that I'm going to be rescuing Tulio a lot. He's the rogue.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be rescuing him a lot.
yeah,
Yeah. That's okay. The
yeah.
guy who drives me is the one who plays Tulio, so at least he's earning it. Alright. That for me is it. I am out of projects.
Oh, did you say what the pattern name of your sweater was?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Carrying on. I have one sleeve.
Yes.
I have two sleeve.
This is the smallest part of the project.
I have several inches of sweater body
Oh
because
boy.
it's bottom up.
You have so much to do.
I mean like 3/4 of a body, including a colorwork yoke.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow's a holiday,
Uh-huh.
so you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I do not think I will finish it by Thursday, but like maybe next Sunday
Oh, maybe yeah, before our next recording.
before we record next. I think I could maybe do that. Given how quickly this is going, I feel like anyway. So I have this much of this one ball left. I'm very impressed. I did both sleeves and this much body with like one of these balls.
The eco, that's the eco, right?
Yes, I went and found another ball because I'm going to need it soon. It is Cascade Yarns Eco Plus. They come in giant 250-gram skeins. They're very squishy.
There's a lot of yardage.
Yeah. So I actually have two of these left
Holy hell.
and most of a white. So I definitely have enough for the color work. That's not a problem. But I might even have more of this gray. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
You bought a lot of it.
Apparently. I don't know why I bought so much of it. I'm not upset though, because like it's a nice gray.
Yeah, no, that's a very practical color for you to have more of. You
So
can
I
make a
might be able to
moonbound
make
cardigan.
maybe I can make yet another matchy sweater.
Only match with me. Yeah, because
It's
then
true.
you'll be in a gray drapey oversized cardigan, and I'd be in a red drapey oversized cardigan. That would fit us very well personality wise.
We're getting there. We're getting there. This is the Steinkrieger or Stone Warrior by I don't remember. The Steinkrieger. And the charts have like 3 different shades of blue in them, but I'm gonna do the monochromatic to match the sweater that I did last year for the 2-week sweater challenge that I did in 3.5 weeks, which that's still an accomplishment.
It is.
So if I even manage this in 2.5 weeks, which will be about the time that we're recording again, that would still be shaving a week off.
It is. Like you're making progress and you're getting faster. That's the point of the challenge, is to improve your skill set.
So that will still be a win in my mind.
So I think you're doing great.
Maybe if I make it again next year, I will actually have a 2-week sweater. This is my 2-week sweater forever now. Just every February, I try to knit this sweater in
Stone
2
Warrior.
weeks.
Might
Yeah,
have suggest a different bulky sweater next year.
we'll see. Because I mean, it's got the colorwork charts that I could actually get all the different colors and do it properly.
Well, yeah, but how many Stone Warriors do you need? There's the petite knitter.
Mm.
There's the petite knitter. She makes some beautiful Aran and bulky colorwork sweaters.
There are no shortage of gorgeous sweaters in my pattern library.
in the bulky Aran weight size that you could do.
Yeah, like, I have no shortage of sweaters to choose from.
Yeah.
But, I like this one.
8 years down the road, your entire family has Stone Warrior sweaters.
Yeah. I mean, do I not need to make one for, sibling and partner and cat so that they can all be matchy-matchy?
I'm telling you that if I have to listen to you make the Stone Warrior every week for the next 4 years, I will go crazy.
It wouldn't be every week, it would just be every February for 2 weeks.
Go crazy. Go crazy. Oh, I hope your brother-in-law or your brother goes, "Hey, yes, but a different pattern." I know your brother-in-law won't want one. He's not really a sweater person.
I feel like he wouldn't be on board with the matchy-matchy sweater anyway.
No, he would not. No, he would not.
We'll start with immediate family. I feel like I could cajole them all into having matching sweaters.
Yes, you could.
I have already floated this idea that eventually we'll all have matching sweaters.
Yeah.
Not like fully matching, just like the same pattern, but made in colors that everybody likes for themselves.
Okay. Nut bar. Nut bar.
Yeah, I want my family to have matching sweaters because I'm cheesy like that.
You are. That's okay. It's who you are.
It's the 5-year plan, by the way, for
5-year
anybody
plan.
listening. It is the 5-year plan. Don't expect it this Christmas. I want sometime in the next 5 years, I want everybody to have one of these sweaters so that we can all take the family Christmas picture. Bless you.
Ooh, sneezes. All right.
It's the word of
This
the day.
allergy situation isn't going to get any better. Let's do the rest of the stuff. We've got wool gathering. No.
It's time for wool gathering.
Oh, because we did woolly workings. I know how to keep track of our sections.
Do you?
Nope.
Over 300 episodes, do you?
Nope. Nope. Sure don't. Sure don't. I'm going to sneeze again.
What is the word of the day?
Student.
Student?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how you're going to do that one. But thankfully, it doesn't matter. I don't have to do it. I can just sit here and crochet quietly. Woohoo!
All right. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, enabling each other into starting all of the things, buying all of the things, being students of new techniques,
Well done.
teaching each other stuff.
Well done.
It's a good time. At the higher levels, we have our monthly e-knit in. We just had this month's last week,
Yep.
so the next one of those will be on the 18th of March. Saturday the 18th of March at noon Manitoba time. What else did I need to say about the Patreon stuff? I don't know.
Guys, check out all the Patreon details at on the Patreon website. Look us up, Northern Knits Podcast. We're not too hard to find.
Links in the show notes. Links in the description below this video.
There's tier details. That'll give you all the info you need. So, as always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you can't financially support us, liking, subscribing, commenting, and interacting with us on the social media platforms is always a great way of getting a hold of us. We're here on the YouTubes, we're on Instagram, and we are on TikTok primarily. We are in the process of closing down the Facebook stuff because, well, guys, we just don't use Facebook. It's not a thing we enjoy. So, we're slowly abandoning a platform we don't enjoy using.
We're consolidating our efforts.
I like the idea that we're abandoning ship. We're just like, that's it. We're out, fleeing over the top. Peace out. Bye, guys. Oh gosh. Oh, it amuses me. We've got some lives and stuff going on, and we've got some little ones going along. So for the lives this month, every Thursday, I'm live with Louise. Thursday evening at 6:30 Manitoba time on her channel, Wildflower Wool, because we're doing the 2 week sweater challenge. So this coming Thursday, which is tomorrow, from your guys' perspective, is the last check-in. So did I not finish a sweater? Did Louise finish a sweater? I don't know. We'll find out. As of
Who
her
knows?
last, oh god, my nose. Her last check-in on Saturday when she was talking, like she might show everybody on Monday what where she's at progress-wise, but you guys have no idea because I don't spoil surprises. So the last you know, as of Sunday, I was trying to finish my body on time. And I did say I needed to be on sleeves by Monday so that I could do a sleeve Monday, Tuesday, and a sleeve Wednesday, Thursday
Hmm.
to get it done. So we shall see. We shall see. What else we got going on? We've got the podcast anniversary knit with us going on. So that's going to wrap up at the end of March. We're going to start the spring equinox cow on the 20th, where spring equinox knit with us. The details and rules for that are going to go up after the upcoming live in March, just so that everybody knows what's going on. So stay tuned for those rules. The rules for the podcast anniversary are already up on the show notes page, which is northernknitspodcast.com.
Hmm.
Excellent. I remember things. What else? What else? I think that's it. Oh, our live for the month has been delayed by a week because Diana's abandoning us to +30 in Jamaica.
Yep, I'm gonna go melt in the sun, make myself a nice lobster collar with lacy petals imprints.
And I'm going to sit here and hope that the early onset of spring allergies have finally died down. Ugh. Which is the downside with an early spring, it just means I start suffering sooner. Not happy.
That sucks.
Not happy. All right. Other than that, I think that's it. We're good.
I think that's it.
Sweet. In which case, because oh my word, my face. I'm going to say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
I no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.
God, my nose.